This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Live from Peach Time Out in the heart of Times Square. You're listening to Beach Talk Radio with Kim and Ed Ryan.
And a good evening, everybody, and welcome to our home studio for day number 14 of Hurricane Ian relief. We have lots of updates for you today, lots of great guests, and of course, this is my lovely bride, and she returns from a day off and from her journey down on the beach. You didn't come on the show last night, so. Right. And we want to hear about your stories of adventure on Fort Myers Beach today. And for those of you that are texting and calling me about why you're stuck in traffic tonight, right now at 6 o'clock, and things aren't moving, it's really because there are cars and trucks and bigger trucks and even bigger trucks. Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard it's like in the morning at certain times and then in the evening when people are trying to get off before they shoo everyone off.
It's like trying to drive around in your rickshaw in a third world country with no traffic lights. Everybody's going in every direction. Trucks are crossing the roads and all of that stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, I know that, but everything's trying to crisscross and applesauce down there. All right. The first update is our fundraising update is $200,710. Yes, big round of applause for all of you in the studio audience there. Please clap for yourself if you're at home. Last night was $197,500, so we went over the 200,000 mark, and that means that this next shot here is going to be all about the employees on Fort Myers Beach. And keep giving, please. You see that we need gift cards in the mail. I was stacking gift cards up today to give to the managers and calling them on the phone and seeing if I can meet them somewhere so that we can pass them off. So everything that you donate into the fund at this point will be given directly to buying gift cards for the employees. And you can either do that or you can mail them. Either way works for us because we want to get the money out quickly. Other updates from throughout the day. It was a crazy day today.
We got 56 boxes delivered today?
Well, 56 when I was here and then another 20 when you were here. So 76 boxes. So I see how quick I did that math. 56 and 20 was 76. Yeah.
But the Amazon guys, when he dropped off when I was here at the last drop off, he said, I have been waiting all day to come to this address because you guys have 26 boxes.
Yeah, I did most of the work with the first guy. He scanned the boxes and I carried them in, and then he was like 56 boxes and he missed one. So then he had to go through all the boxes in the garage to make sure. So the answer to Kathy's question is yes, Kathy. There is an Amazon wish list set up, and you can just do it right there on the wish list. The gift cards that are on the Amazon wish list are just for Amazon. The only other one they offered was Lowe's, so we didn't think Lowe's was going to work. So if you want to get an Amazon gift card, I think that'll work too. So go right to the Amazon wish list.
Did you just mention about the wish list? I just want to say that the need now is kind of shifting for power tools, regular tools, construction stuff, and construction cleanup stuff.
Yep.
So,
and that's on the wish list. They have like shovels and garbage cans and small generators and things like that. So
yeah, the small generators are what I heard. People are extremely helpful.
We have an engineer and an electrician and a structural engineer coming up. So bear with us as we get through all these quick updates that I got from the town. And Jim Adderholt, Councilman Jim Adderholt, has been a big help with all these updates, and along with Dan Allers that you saw today. You saw Dan. If you asked about having a pod, like a storage pod on your property, the answer is yes. The town is going to allow that for about 30 days, and then let the town know that you need it for longer, but they're going to work with you on that. So the answer is you don't need a permit. You're allowed to put a pod on your property if you want to store some of the stuff that is inside your home that you want to save from getting wet or moldy or whatever. You don't need a permit. They'll figure it out with you after 30 days. They just don't want it to turn into a community full of pods that are on the property out there forever. The second thing is that the big question is the town is not charging for permits at this time. So if you need to get a permit for the electrical work or some other work that you need to get done, the town is trying to make it easy for you right now. They are not charging, but that might change because that's a town council policy. So the town council will have to decide to change that. And of course, they haven't met yet, but the word is that they're going to meet next week, and they're going to meet off the island somewhere. So as soon as we find out where it's going to be and what time it's going to be, then we'll let you know about that. But right now, no cost for the permits. So big round of applause for the town trying to make things easy there for you. So that's good news. And lastly, they're making progress on the electricity. I think Jim said they were at Curly or Sable, somewhere around there right now. And the way that you can tell that FPL is making progress with the electricity is when the street lights on Estero Boulevard are on. They're trying to kind of turn the light on Estero, and then you'll know how far down Estero Boulevard the power has gotten. That doesn't mean jack for you, because you still have to get an electrician to sign off on your property to make sure it doesn't light on fire when you do.
And I think that
Okay, yeah, a lot of progress they're making on the water and the sewers. So let's.
honestly,
I got to call Mike, but
okay,
go ahead.
honestly, it's amazing how much. First of all, the Sanibel Bridge,
Yeah.
getting that running. I mean, it's not open to regular traffic, but just construction people now. Well, they fixed the rest of the bridge, but that was amazing. And how much work they've done on Estero. When I went on there, I was flabbergasted. I mean, they're cleaning up the streets. The main street, Estero, is like clear with 2 lanes.
Mhm.
Things are moving. Oh no.
What?
My mic.
Your
Things are
mic is
moving
cutting
very
out?
well.
Where do you see that?
Maybe
That
it's
you're
me, Christy.
just stay close to your microphone. Let's see. All right, here we go. We got Mike coming up on the phone here. Mike, can you hear us? All right. Mike Dagnese is an electrician, a licensed electrician. And Mike, the big story lately has been that every single structure on Fort Myers Beach has to have a sign off by a licensed electrician before the power can be turned on at their house, no matter what FPL has done. So kind of, Mike, take us, first of all, give us your cred so people know you're not just some schmo off the street and you know what you're doing.
Mike.
Moved to the beach back in '83 and bought my house. And in '87, I got my electrical license. I've been on the beach and I only work bridge to bridge. I do not leave Fort Myers Beach. And that's a beautiful thing. I just went to the town hall tonight at 3:30 and had a chat with them. And I said, okay, what are we doing? Because I have customers that I've went to and approved their service to be re-energized without a permit at this time to get people to try to get back in to get dehumidifying and things clean up. But then they informed me that you have to get a structural engineer before to come out to your house and approve that your house is structurally sound before they will turn the power on, which was news to me today. So we're still going around.
Your understanding that they need both before they will get
Yeah,
the power on.
that's what they told me at 3:30 this afternoon. And
You're
go
a
ahead.
Florida licensed electrician.
Yeah.
It has to be to be
You-
clear.
you
It
have to be
does have to be
Florida licensed.
Florida. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And there's no out-of-staters, and you have to get registered with the town. And we have to, after we do the inspections, we have to email the town and give them the address and say that it's been approved by us and turn in our license number.
Right.
And all of that. And we were hoping once we did that they would hook up power. But then I found out we got to have structural before.
We have a question from the audience. Who is
Okay.
responsible to replace the meter? The city, or I think they mean the town, or
No.
or an electrician?
No, it's an electrician. FPL only provides the wire to your house. And then it's the owner's responsibility to go from the top of the house down to the meter and pretty much I was involved in the decision that every single meter and panel that was under flood, which is pretty much everybody on this beach, except for one house that I know of, that their meter's at 14 feet in the air. That happens to be my house.
So, Mike, let's take we're going to throw some questions at you rapid fire, and I don't mean to interrupt. So let's start with Kathy's question. How much is the average inspection? What's an estimate for an average inspection?
Now we're charging $150 to come out, look inside the house, do a quick evaluation, and if we feel that it's safe to turn the power back on, like.
Mike, you're breaking up. If you could find a good spot for your cell phone, that would be great, because it's such an important topic, and we want to make sure you're clear. If you can find a better spot, that'd be great.
Yeah,
right
I don't
there.
know how that works.
Right there, you're good.
Okay,
Don't move. Don't move.
I won't move. Now, the reason we're talking to you on this cell phone is because my flip phone has connections sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't.
Flip phone.
Flip phone.
Right.
That's a whole
flip
other
phone.
story right there.
I am 66 years old, and I still love my flip phone. So.
Hey.
All right, Mike. So you say about $150.
That gets you us to come out, look at it all, do like a survey on it, and then report it back to the town hall and tell them that we've inspected it and it's okay to energize.
Okay.
And we just doing a blanket price for everybody. That's my price, $150. I'm a local guy. I'm not trying to screw anybody. Ever have.
Are we giving you the impression that? Is Kim giving you the impression that you're trying to screw somebody over?
Been giving him that impression.
No.
All right.
I'm just trying to say, that to me that's a fair price. I don't know how many people are out there, and I don't have a clue what their other people are charging.
Right.
All I know is we came up with a price of $150, which
all right, that's fair. Fair.
To me, sounds fair.
All right.
Where does the owner get meter from an electrician or Home Depot or
meter
what?
socket? Okay,
Good
the meter
question.
the meter sockets have to be bought by either the electrician or an owner can buy one if they can find them. That's going to be our main problem. We need 33,000 meter sockets on this beach.
Woo.
There's 3,500 people on the beach. So technically speaking, that's an awful lot of meters.
So,
I haven't really got to my supply house yet.
Okay.
They're still trying to get up and running,
Mike,
to be able to do everything.
This question, I remember now, I'm going to rapid fire them at you. Go ahead. What if our box wasn't pulled? Denise says. I don't know what that means, but what if our box wasn't pulled?
Every meter on this beach was pulled.
Oh.
Every single meter on the beach has been pulled or will be pulled. They're not giving you an option. And now they're going around and they're cutting everybody's wire to their house.
What?
So they cut everybody's wire. They cut my wire today while I was gone.
Who did?
Even though I had already turned in my house as being okay to energize.
Well, who cut the wire? The town or FPL?
FPL.
Okay. Yeah, I know this order came down from the CEO of FPL that he was not going to light any of the houses until this whole process was completed. So for somebody that's really a novice at this, I mean, I can't believe people haven't been through a major hurricane like this and nailed the entire process. But for anybody that hasn't gone through this process, who gets the form? I mean, did they call you first and then you go to town hall, or they go to town hall, get a form, call an electrician, and then you go to the house? What's the process?
Us electricians have the forms that we deal with through the town, and we have to fill it out, scan it, and send it back to them, and then they approve it, and then they give us a permit number, and we just print the permits usually out at our shops, so that then I can just go to somebody's house and say, okay, here's your permit. We're allowed to work. Outside of this quick thing that we were doing, which I thought was just to get people to get power that was safe. And any of the houses that are on the ground floors that are all destroyed, they're not going to be obviously getting power. But now they turned around and they just cut everybody's power off.
Yeah. So let's take a question from Yvette. She says, how much does it cost to replace the average electrical box?
The service and the panel on a ballpark is usually about 25 to 3,000, depending on how big of the house, how big of a panel, how many panels. It varies between houses for the most part. I mean, most people just have an average 200 amp panel with like 20 to 30 breakers in it. So that would be like a ballpark of like 25
You know, if
meter, the pipe.
is that in people's insurance? Like, do you know if that's?
I
part
do
of-
not know
okay.
if the insurance companies are going to cover that or what's going to happen. That's, to us, this is all unprecedented.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I've been through every one, Charlie, all the way through. So, but this is the worst case scenario ever imaginable.
Mhm.
So in addition to, so is the main thing the electrical box with the panel and then the wire from FPL out in the road to the box where it connects? Is that really the majority of the work that you have to do? Or is there other electrical, like do you have to
replace like inside
the
your house?
sockets
If
and
it's
stuff?
wet and
Inside the house.
muddy.
That's why I'm saying when we do a survey or whatever, you know, if the house is up 2 stories, 3 stories, most of that doesn't be replaced. Just the meter and the panel down
Right.
the main breaker upstairs. The older houses have all the panels on the outside of the house. The ground floors, they've all been wet. And I wish I could have did something, because I have a picture of one of the panels we looked at, and it was already oxidizing inside of it.
Wow.
Everybody goes, "Oh, look, I put my breakers out and they all look fine."
Right.
That's not the case. Within the next 6 months, every panel and every meter socket is going to oxidize and corrode because of the salt on the aluminum.
Let's throw another question in from Shelley. We had an electrician tell us that anything underwater has to be replaced. Is that true?
Pretty much, yes. As far as receptacles, switches, panels, most of the wiring should be all right, because when we replace the receptacles, we would scrape the wires, and all the modern wiring is all copper, so that doesn't corrode as much. And when we put new receptacles and switches in, we will be scraping all the wires or cutting the ends off and restripping them. I mean, when I did my generator, I needed a piece of wire. When I picked it up, it was full of water. I took the water out of it. I cut 6 inches off each end, and I used that to hook up my generator.
Now, you said it's $2,500 for the meter box. What about do you have to replace the breaker box and then?
No, it was $2,500 to do a panel and the meter socket.
Okay. Okay. And so then any other cost would be like the receptacles inside the house?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, that as far as I was concerned, we were just trying to energize certain houses. And then everybody still had to go back and get a permit to replace everything that's ground floor.
So Mike, what is the biggest estimate you've had to give somebody on Fort Myers Beach so far? Like they were in one of the badly damaged areas and the water really gave it a beating. What was the biggest estimate you had to give out?
We haven't really given out estimates yet.
Okay.
Just because we're still just trying to get people to get power. You know, and then once we got power, then we could go back in and assess. You know, we could turn breakers on and assess what's gone wrong. If a breaker trips, leave it tripped. Do not turn it off and turn it on, because when we come back, we want to know that because
so-
that's chances are that's a breaker that's on the ground floor that's been underwater.
We've had a couple of questions about condos. How does any of this relate or
Sad part,
compare?
that's a sad part about a condo is most of their meters are all grouped on a first floor. Very seldom on a second floor. But every wire that comes out of the meters goes down underneath the building, goes across, and goes up every stack wherever your unit is. All of those pipes are usually ripped out from what I've seen.
Ooh.
You know, just from the pipes being underneath the building, the water destroyed them all, so they're all hanging.
So nobody
So
in that condo building can go back. Then doesn't matter if you're on the 30th floor, you can't go back.
Well, you can go
Yeah,
back. You
if
won't have power.
Yeah, I mean with
Yeah.
power. Yeah.
That's the thing that, you know,
Mhm.
you'd have to, it depends on every condo, but like that I've seen so far, you look under condo and all you see is wires hanging underneath it. And that's
Right.
a good thing.
And
And that goes for,
to pay for that. So building people have to,
technically, usually yes.
because the residents
Usually the
just have to pay
condo's
for the inside.
responsible, the condo's usually responsible for the meter, the main breaker, and the wiring going to your unit. That's it.
Mhm.
The panel in your unit is yours. All the wiring in the unit is yours.
You from Boston, man? Are you from
I
Boston?
am.
Yeah,
Well,
I can tell.
Worcester.
Your Red
Sure.
Sox.
Yep.
How'd your Red Sox do this year, Mike?
Um,
Last place, bro. Last place.
my favorite team.
So, Mike.
I have golf clubs that are Red Sox. I have.
All right, don't
People
get off
said
the
that they-
subject now. Don't get off the
Okay.
subject. I'm just messing with you. So
did
I
it.
know I started it. So let's be clear.
Ask you, how far backed up are you? Like,
Forever.
Well, I just left the beach today so that I could go get a smartphone for my business. At which point I can transfer my business phone line from Comcast to that phone.
Okay.
So that people can start leaving messages. I just hired my daughter to be my secretary. I have her boyfriend who's been with me for 5 years working, and he's going to school to get his license.
Is he a good guy?
so
And
do
I have,
you have a
yeah.
wait list?
Yeah.
You have a wait list?
yeah, we're still doing. We're getting back more into it on Monday.
Okay.
I'm bringing back my other guy who's with me for 30 years. He's off the beach and he'll be starting back to work on Monday because he's been working on his house and stuff. So there'll be 3 of us out there doing all the surveys. And like I said, for the most part, we were just trying to get people's survey done
Yeah.
Gotcha.
before we started going back to try to hook everybody back up and fix them all.
Mike, no offense, but especially with a flip phone, I'm thinking you probably can't do the entire beach in a timely fashion. That there might be other electricians
No.
that are needed.
Yeah.
Where
And they're all welcome.
Yeah, where can
I
the
mean-
where can the people go to find electricians that you trust, electricians that are licensed? Is there a website, like a certified licensed electrician
It's
website?
list on the town's website.
No, the town. I asked Adderhole today. He said that the town can't really recommend because some kind of liability thing. Was it up there? Is it on the town website, Mike?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Let
Well, where
me
can they
check.
go? Where can you tell them where they can go?
I mean, most of our local electricians, you know, being in our area, are pretty good. There's Dean Rubin, myself, Dean Rubin Electric, Simmer Electric, Acura, All Phase, some of the bigger companies around. But then, like I said, myself and Dean Rubin, are small guys that we don't, neither one of us leave the beach.
Yeah.
So
All
it's
right.
more up to who's available
Yeah.
and how fast people need to get this done.
We kind of started a thread on Facebook where people kind of recommend amongst each other on our page, who they trust and who they've used and things like that. You can never prevent all the scammers from getting in there, but we think the
No.
group that we have is pretty honest with each other. So, Mike, just so I understand the process again, because I know the process has come up a lot. You don't need a permit to just get your electricity checked. You just need the form that the electricians have. If you need additional work done on the house, like, that it was badly damaged.
Everybody will need to get work done on their house. Everybody will need to pull a permit.
Okay, so
no matter who you are, you will
I
need
see.
to get a permit.
So who pulls the permit? The a license?
Usually the electrician.
Okay, all right, folks. Well, there you go. You're not going to need the permit for the paperwork to get the form, and you probably will need a permit. And again, the town is not charging for permits right now, which is super cool. And I don't know if they're going to continue that. The town council will decide that when they meet, probably next week off the island. So, Mike, did we miss anything? I know people have been asking for your information, and I know you don't.
It'll be my daughter, like I said, God love her. Just started me a Facebook, I guess. I don't even know what it is, but okay. So, and she's only 27, so she's up with all of this modern stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm letting her do it. So MD Electric, like I said, my phone.
MD Electric. You're saying it a little too fast for our crowd. MD Electric, like a doctor.
MD Electric.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those calls are my specialty.
Yeah.
That's my sign.
Now you're on TikTok too, and Instagram, or just a Facebook? Are you doing a Twitter account, or what do you got rolling?
I don't know. Give me a second and let me ask you, Sarah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you. I'm just kidding with you. Don't ask her if you're on TikTok. She's gonna kill me.
They want to know what else
He
is
does
besides Facebook.
TikTok and
Look at your
Instagram.
daughters on top of everything. All right.
Of course.
Well, Mike, thank you so much, man. Thanks for everything. We appreciate you coming on, putting up with Kim's crap, and good luck out there in
And we stayed on the beach.
don't say
Now,
that.
we are what I classify. We are a Dalmatian. There is 101 people that stayed on the beach
I see.
after the hurricane. There was 101. So everybody that stayed here, as far as I'm concerned, we're all a Dalmatian.
I see. Well, that's nice. All right, Mike. Well, thanks. And I'm glad you're advancing into the 90s and getting rid of that flip phone.
No, I still have my flip phone.
Oh, he's going to get a private number there. All right, Mike. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Sarah, for hooking us up with your dad. All right. Sarah and Mike Dagnese, locals on Fort Myers Beach. And great sports, by the way, for those kinds of some of those questions you were asking them. They're a bit bizarre and off the wall. So you're going to surf the internet now while we're trying to do a show here?
I'm trying to find that list. It's really bugging
All right.
me.
The one thing before we get to our structural engineer is I wanted to show everybody what's happening. We have these T-shirts that I had designed. Or let me get Mike's banner off there so you can see everything on there. And I'm going to tell you what the plan is here. Where is Mike's banner? Oh, there it is. So this T-shirt, I just got that logo created by Ken at my day job, Radio Ink Magazine. He's an art director, and he helped create that. And the picture was taken. You can see who took the picture. That's a picture of Fort Myers Beach immediately after the storm. And we asked for permission to use the picture, and we gave photo credit to. I can't read the writing right now. And what's going to happen is what that is going to be the front of the shirt, and what's going to be on the back of the shirt is what my wife is going to show you right now. So it's going to be this color, this lovely yellow, because we want the yellow army to stand out on Fort Myers Beach. Now you're going to stand up there, so people. I don't want to freak people out. I don't want them to order something that they don't want. That's what's going to be on the back of the shirt. So you're going to be part of our yellow army here with the logo on the front and Beach Talk Radio on the back. Right. I don't run these things by you because when I run them by you, there's always like a roadblock.
So just the black lettering and the circle are going to be on the shirt, not that.
No, this thing. Yeah, no, that's kind of that's just a design thing. It's not part of the logo. No, the logo is going to be on the front, just like it is there without this block thing. It's not going to look like that. And so you can pre-order the shirts. Do not send me an email. Do not send me a text. I found a volunteer to help out. Marie, there would be no way I can handle it, and I would screw it up. It's $30 for the shirt. It's $35 if you want it mailed to you, if you're not from around here. $30 for the shirt, $35 if you want it mailed. Okay. The minute that we cover the costs of the shirt and no more, the penny, the rest of the money is going into the fund. This isn't a money making thing. This is to try and add additional money into the fund. So what you're going to do is you are going to send an email. We have men's, medium, large, extra large, and double extra large, 20 of each and 10 of the jumbo guys. And on the women's side, we have 20 small, medium, and large. So it's 30, but if you want to pay 50, you can. That would be great. It'll get us to the cost quicker.
Shirts. We'll look into them.
Now, Marie's email is going to be complicated, of course, because nothing can be easy on this show. It's M. Schleffer. Now, look that one up. Google that one. MSCHLEIFFER 1208 at Gmail. I'm going to type it in. But if you're quick and you want to send her a text or an email right now, you can. You can reserve the shirt. You can reserve the size. And you can pay
her a second one.
We're going to pay by PayPal or check, and that's it. But we don't want to mix the money in with the other stuff. So you can pay by PayPal or check. She has all the information. I'm going to type this in as we go along. It's MSCHLEIFFER 1208 at gmail.com. And we hope you'll support the fund and the show and all that, even though none of the money's coming.
The Steelers colors. I mean,
I love the Steelers colors.
You do, but it's
not because I love the Steelers, but because
this is a hard color to pull off.
Well, no, when people were coming over the bridge, they recognized the shirt. So that's what was cool about it. You got to stand out, dear. It's all about the marketing. You got to stand out. Not really. Blue doesn't stand out on the beach when it's all nice and blue, and you just fade into the cloud cover or the sunshine.
Apparently, it is just yellow available right now.
Right. We're going to start with yellow. That's all.
It's
I don't think black slimming. I don't think black stands out. You want to pop here. Things got to pop.
Here's the thing, folks.
I think
that the logo, I think the picture looks great. I think the logo's great. I had nothing to do with it. So I'm shocked. But you're picking colors of the shirts, or you don't have good taste with
I picked the
fashion.
Hat. Got the logo created.
It was pretty easy.
The thing is, if we collaborated on things like that, we still would be using like a flip phone, right? So sometimes you have to make decisions and suffer the consequences later on. Right now, we're going back to the live programming, the exciting programming, and talk to Joe Kaczynski. Joe, are you there?
This is Joe.
Well, I love when things work out like that. You make the call, Joe is there, and we flip him right up. Joe, you're live on the air on the #1 radio show on all of Fort Myers Beach. You're not nervous, are you? He's got a sense of humor too. So, Joe,
I've never been on the radio before.
Really? So, Joe, tell the audience, give the audience your creds. What is it that you do, your job, and then we'll get into the questions.
Yes, I have my own engineering company. It's J.C. Kaczynski Engineering, Inc. I work out of my house, just a single person with my wife. She does all the books and she's the boss. We do structural engineering. I've been a structural engineer for 41 years. I lived on Fort Myers Beach for 14 years and was even on town council. Yeah, I was vice mayor for a year and had a great time. Got to meet a lot of great people. While on the beach, we met and made so many friends there.
So where did you go to school for structural engineering? Because I'm thinking that's going to take a bit of schooling.
Penn State University.
Nice.
It's a 5-year architectural engineering degree. And actually, the VA got me admitted through the GI Bill. My high school grades were crap. And
But your college grades were stellar, right?
They were.
Awesome.
And it all fell back. They had a year. They gave me an extra year's benefits and built me up to freshman level. And in math, the only person in the family that did better than me was my daughter.
Well,
I aced it.
awesome. So folks on the beach now, everybody needs a structural inspection. Is that true? Or
Yes,
how would
from
someone
what
know they
I-
need one?
From what I understand, the town is requiring a structural inspection and a report saying that structure, that house, is safe to go back in, to enter. It's not a repair report. It's not a specific damage report. It's specifically geared towards life safety. Is that structure, is that house structurally stable?
So that somebody could
that-
rebuild what they want. Otherwise, it's got to come down?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Now that assessment, if we make a recommendation that no, the structure is not stable, then somebody else would come in and make that assessment whether it needs to be torn down or can be saved.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's not the intention or the direction of our team. And we've put together a team of professional people that work directly under my supervision. And the team will go from house to house when, you know, people have called or texted their address. And we put them on the list, contact them when we're going, and do the report and the recommendation.
But we're gonna rapid fire questions at you, Joe, from the audience, because this is really a big deal for them, as you know.
Yep.
Should I be trying to get my own structural engineer inspection, or won't my insurance maybe cover one? How quickly do I need to get one done? My ground story house is missing a window and part of a wall, 1-story cinder block. Mom's on stilts. Mom's is on stilts, but took water 3 feet inside living level. Does she need to make sure wooden pilings are structurally sound? A lot of questions in there.
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
Wow, you know, the wife said I was pretty slow, and I didn't catch all that.
So we'll
start with
Peter,
the
you
first
have
one.
to not read
Sorry.
so many.
Should I be trying to get my own structural engineer inspection, or won't my insurance cover that?
I don't have any clue on the insurance. Yes, you should contact a structural engineer to get this report. They don't do it voluntarily. It's at the request of the homeowner in order that will enable them to get power back to that house. That's my understanding of the intention of the report. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. How much does that
Okay.
cost on average?
It just depends. We do inspections from Bonita Springs up to Sanibel, and just depends on the location and the extent of the structure.
Does it matter the size of the structure, or is it just the extent of damage to the structure?
Probably the extent of damage.
Okay.
Now, when somebody sends me their name, address, and contact information, we set that out on a list to the team, and they're set up the direction, you know, and it's on basically a first come, first served basis, and set up the house, contact the owner, or be there. The owner doesn't have to be there when we come out for that inspection.
Okay. So people are really trying to get a ballpark because someone has said that some quotes were 800 and others were 2,500. Is it really that much?
um, I don't want to step on the team's toes. It
Right.
depends on how difficult, like.
But is
Sand
that possible that it would be from
Um,
800 to 2,500? Is that a range?
said the starting point would be at 750
Okay.
and then
Goes up
progress
from there.
from there. Yes.
Oof.
So, Joe, the process, just like with the electrician that we had on, Mike, is the process that the homeowner calls you first and then you go to town hall and you have a form, or it's between you and the homeowner?
No, it's strictly between me, the team, and the homeowner.
Okay.
The homeowner, once he receives a report, will take it to the town, and I don't know the specifics of it, but I would imagine the town would approve it. Now, whether they contact FP&L or what the process is beyond that, I don't know.
How long does an inspection take?
Well, just to for us to get to the site, and we have a number of sites. When we say Fort Myers Beach, we have a number of homes that we have on the list to go to.
Mhm.
Like last night, the team was out till 7 o'clock, and
But if you go to somebody's house, how long does the inspection take for you guys to do?
it depends on if there's damage
Okay.
to the house or if it's relatively undamaged. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah,
that we connect for, where we inspect for any structural damage that would make the house, the residence, unsafe without
Mhm.
further investigation.
So Rhonda was asking who is the team, and I think what you're saying is the folks that work for you, correct? Is that what you mean by
Yes.
okay? So,
Yes.
so who decides, Joe? Who decides that a structure needs to be condemned or knocked down or is unlivable? Is that you, your team?
Basically, it comes back to me. If I have questions on a report, then we delve into it deeper. You know,
Do you do condos?
even condos.
Okay.
Mhm. Do you have you how many structures have you done so far on the beach?
That number I don't have right offhand, but about 20 to 30.
Okay,
Some, we have done.
have you decided yet on any that have to come down?
No, not
No?
as of yet.
Well, that's good. Have you done any of the bigger buildings that were hit hard on the sand?
Not to my knowledge. No.
Okay. How many? I know we have a thread going on our Facebook page. We asked for people to recommend structural engineers. Is there a place, a central location, a website that people can go to find some that they trust? I'm sure you're all busy as can be with everything going on.
Correct. There's no specific website for somebody to go. There's a Florida Board of Engineers that
Okay.
they can check on an engineer.
Is there any are there any locals that you want to share that you'd like to give some business? I mean, I don't care, and I'm sure the people are looking for others. There are some friends you have in the industry.
I don't have any friends in
I
the
see.
industry.
I
People
see.
don't like me
I see.
for some reason.
Did they like you as vice mayor? I mean, or did you just start there?
They like me in that position.
Oh,
Because he's got to tell people their friggin' house is coming down. Dear, can you get it?
Other engineers don't like you?
Well, let's put
Oh.
it this way. I've never met another structural engineer that I've liked.
I see. I guess because you're all fighting for the same dollar, right? I mean, what do I know? So somebody commented before, it's time for structural engineer gift cards.
Yeah.
That was funny. So
Can you give out your information again, the name of the company and the phone number? Because we're getting a lot of that questions about.
Yes. It's J.C. Kosinski, Kosinski, Engineering Inc.
Okay.
The phone number, oh boy, my phone's already inundated. 239-872-2179. Now, tomorrow, our computer geek is going to come over because we're just getting inundated too much for my little phone to handle. And hopefully, we put up a website or something for people to check in.
Joe, do you have a flip phone or do you have a smartphone?
I was so sad when I got rid of my flip phone. I have a smartphone that's pretty cumbersome to work with.
You know, Joe, what I really liked about the flip phones was when you could do the push to talk.
Yeah.
You push to talk and then it clicks and the other person on the other end could hear a click and then you were just talking to each other.
That's what I was thinking in the beginning of the storm. It would have been good to have like
perfect.
walkie-talkies back in the walkie-talkie days.
So,
Hey, so someone was asking if a general contractor, I guess suffices as a structural engineer, or is that a no?
Say that again.
So can a general contractor do the structural engineer report, or it's got to be a you kind of person?
From my understanding, and I might be wrong, it needs to be a licensed structural engineer with an engineering license.
So, dear, you cannot give out your phone number for that because you can't do it.
Okay. So, Joe, you said that you did like 20 to 30 structures on Fort Myers Beach and none of them had to be condemned. Are they okayed and are they close to getting their power back on?
Yes.
Oh, well,
as
that's
far
good.
as the power, I don't know.
He's not electrical.
Yeah.
Well, if the structure's good, you would think maybe.
Well, that doesn't mean the electric didn't get.
Boy, there's going to be some
structure is going to not fall on your head.
There's going to be one big ass party at whatever house or business is the first one to light back up on that beach. I mean, there's just going to be a good time had at whatever. What's your prediction, Joe, on what's the first building or business or home that's going to light up? Any idea?
I have no clue. I really don't. I don't even have internet.
Are you on Facebook, Joe? Like Mike is getting on. He's getting his own Facebook page. Our favorite electrician. Are you going to have a Facebook page?
I don't know how to do that.
Do you have a young daughter? Because it seems like anyone who's got young or son, they can get you up and running.
Does want to come down to help out, but
she could probably do that from where she is too. Get you up and running.
Computer geek coming over tomorrow and try to streamline this process, because even while we're speaking here, I've got like 5 beep-ins.
So you just gave out your phone number, so now everybody wants you to come to their house. So, all right, Joe. Well, we appreciate your time, and it's been great information. I know you're ground zero with everybody out there. They need to have your sign off first before they can do anything else down at the beach. So,
it's all about helping out the people on the beach.
I hear that, Joe.
To think what they're going through.
Yeah.
And what this entire area is going through, it just blows your mind. So we're there for the community to help out.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk to you soon, and have a great night.
All right. Is it once we get that, say, a website or something up and running, to give you a call back and let you know what that is?
Yeah,
for
sure.
An easier point of contact.
Great. Well,
email.
We'll stay in touch and get it all out on our Facebook page, and we'll promote it. Yeah, we want people to know who you are, Joe.
Okay.
Have a good night, Joe.
Very much.
Joe Kosinski, everybody. His phone number is 239-872-2179. That's 239-872-2179. It is nice to be in the kind of business where you don't need a website and you have enough business.
Both of those gentlemen that were on have been on the beach. They're small business owners.
Word of mouth.
It's word of mouth.
Right.
They haven't They haven't needed to do all that stuff. And if you're not doing, heck, how much trouble do I have operating the stupid phone? And now we can't even find the videos.
You did all those Facebook Live videos today, and now we can't find them because I think what happened was you get these choices now. I don't know why
it
Facebook
says
does
post
this.
for 30 days or post it forever. And so even if I chose the 30 days,
there's also a little trash can in the right-hand corner that if you hit the trash can, you know what that means?
People
Right
saw
in the
it.
dumper.
People saw it. I think it's you. I think you got on there and dumped all my videos.
I wasn't doing anything by where you were today on the beach. So a couple of other, you know what? I wanted to show everybody, which was something that was really cool. Let me see if I could do this. I'm going to share the screen so you can see you guys making jokes behind my back over there.
Somebody was saying I'll stop being so judgmental. I wasn't calling anybody out. I just really think that these guys are,
I wish I could make that just a little bit bigger so everybody could see. This is Fort Myers Beach. This is a Lee County website. So I think that red number on the left that says 5,026 homes destroyed is not just Fort Myers Beach. It is all of Lee County. So we'll start right here at Bowditch Point Park, and you can see as we go down Estero Boulevard, all these homes.
Can you stop for a minute and just go across the bridge?
Across the bridge to
right there.
And that is, that's I think where you see all the boats.
Yeah.
The mobile homes, right? The boats that were piled up for a while. Okay, so you go back over to Fort Myers Beach, and I think if you go too close, drop it up. There we go. Better. All right, so there's Lynn Hall Memorial Park, county property, and the bathrooms and the pier all gone. And Times Square is over here somewhere, and that is all gone. I wonder why. It's just residential. That's why you don't see the businesses. So both sides of the street, you can see down these blocks. Not too bad here, but then you get down to looks like the 200 block or whatever toward the end. All these houses here. I don't think you guys can see my my cursor or anything, but so we keep going down Estero. Now look at this right here. Why? Why is that? Oh, is that what that is? Red coconut?
I don't know.
Let's see. Lovers Lane, Egret. Is that Lovers? Is that Red Coconut? Everybody, somebody will let us know. Shellmount Boulevard. I know we'll switch back. Let's see. Whoever you guys devastating. What's that website? Let's see. The website is Lee Experience. I'll have to send it out. I'll put it on Facebook after the show, everybody. It's a long website that's not easy to read. So do you guys know if this is where Red Coconut? Well, you got School Street here, Bay Street. I'm guessing that's Red Coconut, dear. That's probably, people will know when we go back. Okay, so then we keep going down. You can look at all these houses here.
Very few greens.
Yeah. All the way down, all the houses obviously on the sand, on the beach. And
zoom out a little bit. You're too close.
Oh my God. Down here, it looks major. All the houses on the water. Okay, so I just thought that was cool to share. You could, I think they update it pretty regularly. I forgot who shared this. I think it was Holly who shared it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll share that on the Facebook page after the show.
Yes, Red Coconut.
Yep, Red Coconut. Okay, so you had we had a couple. Oh, I wanted to mention one more thing as it relates to what you just watched. Somebody had a question today about where are all the cars. It was like a car cemetery down there the day after the event, and now it looks like some of the cars have been cleared away. So somebody was like, "Where do I get my car? Where'd my car go to?"
Well, and somebody pointed out to me, and I imagine because it's a hurricane, there's going to be some leeway here, but if you can grab your license plate off of whether it's your car, your trailer, your whatever that has a license plate, you're supposed to turn those in. Because if you don't in a regular setting, and I don't know what they're going to do in this situation, obviously if your car's gone, they have to make some, but they can suspend your license.
Thank you, Holly.
If you can get there and get your license plate off so that you can turn it in.
Yeah, I'll share that website so you can click on it. For this platform that we're using, you can't click on it here, but I will share it with you on the Facebook.
There's a lot less cars I saw than the first day.
I was going to answer my own question before you jumped in there. I think a lot of the cars have been moved down to the south end. That's what I was told by somebody on the phone today. They're picking them up and they're moving them to some location down on the south end so they're out of the way. You might have noticed, too, that there was a slight change in the way the debris is being removed, or maybe an increase in the debris being moved. That's because there's either an agreement already or they're working out the lawyerly details. According to Lee County, the state is taking over the debris removal on the side streets from the town, and Lee County and the state are working in conjunction with that so that, they have more folks to do it or whatever. And the town will go bankrupt trying to pick up all the debris. So the state is stepping in and the county is working together. Of course, the county is responsible for Estero Boulevard, so they've been working on that as it is. So I did get that information from Lee County today.
All right. And I want to get out that today I was at the donation site at 820 Buttonwood, and there was many people coming in. They were very grateful to be able to go in there and get the place is jammed. It's got lots of stuff. And then this company came, and they came down from, it's called the Progress Group. And they came down, bunch of guys came down with a truck with a storage, not a storage unit, but one of those big things. Kind of like a pod, but big, not like a semi thing. And they loaded all this stuff up. We went over the bridge and dropped a bunch of supplies off at Santini Plaza and then in front of Hammerheads. So please, if you're on the beach and you need something, the list is long of what's there. Paper supplies, toilet paper, paper towel, charcoal, food, construction stuff, rakes and shovels and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of SpaghettiOs down there and Pop-Tarts. I know that for sure because I like those. I didn't have any. I restrained myself. But please, I just want to give a shout out to those guys because I was videotaping and taking pictures, and they were like, "Well, where are you from? What are you doing?" So I gave up their stuff. So if they're out there listening, we really appreciated all that you did. It's the Progress Group, and they were down from Schneerville, Indiana.
Okay. All righty. And we want to thank everybody for sending us the nice notes and a couple of gifts in the mail that you shouldn't be doing. But we appreciate all you guys are sending, the love that you're sending us. And I did want you all that have applied for the financial assistance in the group that we put together with the Women's Foundation and the community, the Women's Club and the Community Foundation. And I know you guys have been very patient about that. We were trying to make sure that when we dispersed the money, there was nobody skimming some love off that pile, and it was just $500 coming right into your pocket. So here's what's going on with that. And feel free, you can always call and ask. I'm not offended by that. I know you need the money. We know you need the money. There was just some technical stuff trying to get it out the right way so that nobody was sticking their hands in your pocket. So here's the deal. The fund disbursement schedule is as follows, and let everybody know to watch this part of the show if they applied for the money. We had over 800 folks apply for the money, over 800 applications. So it did take a little bit of time to go through them all to make sure that everybody was eligible. Starting October 13th, which is tomorrow, a one-time setup with MasterCard that will take approximately 5 days. Within 3 business days after setup, by October 24th, MasterCard will be sending emails to recipients with directions about how to accept their e-MasterCard valued at $500. So the wheels are in motion. I know it didn't happen as fast as we all like it to. We would much rather have just stood on the street corner and handed out Benjamins to everybody that was eligible. But the reality is sometimes you got to go through a process, and that is the process. It's going to start rolling tomorrow. So everybody
Yes,
that applied,
thank you for clarifying that. You make it sound like
everybody knows what I mean. They understand the language. Janine's always afraid that people don't understand my language, but they do. They get it.
you are confusing.
Yeah. And the other fund is I'm putting together the gift cards myself. I'm putting them in piles and I'm calling the managers. So you don't, if your name was on the list, then I'm guessing if your manager liked you, your name is on a list. If your manager and you didn't get along too well, maybe your name's not on the list, but I'm guessing your manager or your owner
like Santa Claus
wanted to take care of everybody. And then we're just going to go down the list, call the managers and do this in waves. So it's going to start. It started today with calls, and we're going to keep pushing it out. We want the money to be given out, everybody. We want the people across the country to keep giving it to us so that we can keep giving it out. So,
and I just want to say, if I could get a word in edgewise here,
you want
is that we
show?
really
launch a show for
appreciate all of the donations. Well, we do, but really the people that are getting them, it's awe-inspiring, and keep it coming. But remember too, the holidays are coming, so there's we're gonna keep it out there and keep every once in a while keep asking, because it is going to be a long.
Well, I have no problem
haul.
asking, because
no, I know, but Thanksgiving, especially Christmas, I mean, there's a lot that, trick-or-treating is coming up, so it's a lot.
I never believed in Halloween. It really
That's because you don't like candy.
No, I just think it's a day to make kids fat, and it really should be crossed off the calendar.
Wow.
Kids go out and they collect like 9 bags of candy, and then they throw it out, and then everybody throws it out.
What do you dress up as?
I don't do the
Grinch
thing.
I was a pumpkin one time.
One year that I'll never let her regret it. This is how cheap she is sometimes. She dresses our daughter up as like a grape, like the grape from the Fruit of the Loom underwear. So she blows up. Let me tell the story. She blows up.
Right.
I'm telling it's the entertaining way. She blows up these purple balloons and she tapes them to our daughter like Scotch tape. They were Scotch tape to her.
They were taped to me. I was the vine with the balloons, purple balloons taped all over me. And she was a single grape that had come from the vine.
Wait, so she didn't have the balloons taped on? So what was she? Just purple?
She was just in this purple smock that I tied up around her neck, and I shoved newspaper down in there to make it really big.
These costumes. What year was it? There was probably all kinds of costumes,
It was probably
reality
1998 or 99.
Oh,
the first year she was only 6 months old. We dressed her up as a clown and set her up in her little car seat out front. My mom's big about it. The clown thing was cute.
All right.
The grape thing was cute too.
Enough of us having fun. People are out there without houses, and we're laughing. We're yucking it up. We have to stop. All right, so let me give you one more.
Nice one, made me feel like a jerk.
your damn grape idea. You got to bring everyone down or up. All right, so this is the T-shirt. The front of the T-shirt. It's going to be $30 for the shirt, $35 if Marie has to mail it. So what you're going to do is I put her name up on the screen. As you know, the back of the T-shirt is going to say Beach Talk Radio. So if you don't want anything to do with us, don't order the shirt, because we want to have human billboards out there. So you're going to email Marie. Oh, what did I do? I put her name in the comments and not on the banners. Somebody else. I'll type it on the banner, and then you're going to email her. And you can pre-order the shirt. They're supposed to be here by Saturday. That's how quick our printer works, because she loves the beach and she always takes good care of us. So you're going to pre-order the shirt, and as soon as it gets in, I'll either bring it to you on the beach when I see you, or we'll mail it. And if we need to order more, we will. So it's going to be this bright yellow shirt, so you can stand out in the crowd, and it's going to have Beach Talk Radio on the back. So is there anything that you want to talk about real quick before I really have to go to bed? I'm tired.
Okay.
I mean, I'm getting tired.
You're tired. Do you know what we did today? 5 a.m. we were there lifting. I lifted, not me alone. There was a couple other people there lifting cases of bleach and hydrogen peroxide, and there's enough hand sanitizer to, sanitize the earth. So, everybody's going to be very clean. No, it was good. It was good. And I really, I
when you went
can't
on
think
the
those,
island, when you went on the island, you went all
Yeah.
the way down to Santini Plaza.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what you saw.
well, I have all the pictures in the video, but you deleted them. You saw what we've seen, which is, I think
Does it look cleaner?
it definitely looks cleaner. And there's 2 lanes now. Last time we went on, it was 1 lane of sand, and the side streets are getting better, and the debris is still significant, but to me, it looked a lot better. I think the big thing, sometimes you would see just stairs that are there, but there's no house to go to. The house is gone, and there was a couple houses where it looked like the roof was down on the ground, so it just came on itself. So there's some I'm sure everybody has their image that strikes them, but for me, it's just the stairs leading up to nothing. And it's just such a shame how a lot of those houses really got whacked.
Yeah.
And I have a picture. I'm going to try and post it. There was a guy, he looked like it was just in a uniform, but I can't say for sure. And he was trying to put back up the flagpole at a property. And it just was it was a nice image. It was a nice image.
We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Both need to take a day off.
Yeah, I think we're driving people crazy. We need a day off. So that's the email that you're going to pre-order the shirts on. That's Marie's email. She's going to keep track of all the records, and we're going to mail the shirts out if we need to, or we're going to take them to you if we need to. And it's $30. If you want to pay more for the shirts, that's great. If you weren't here earlier, you know exactly what we're doing. They're just going to cover the cost of the shirts, and then the rest of the money from that is going to go into the fund to help the workers on Fort Myers Beach. So that's exactly how it's not going to make a lot of money, and it's going to be cool to have those shirts out there. And what's going to be neat too is we can alter the logo as the progress of the beach rebuilding goes along. In any way, and your input on all the different things has been great. What's been really cool about the group on Facebook is that I can post something about, okay, list your engineers here, and everybody gets involved, or list your structural folks here, and everybody gets involved. And I wish I could read them all, but it's just too much. And then there are so many comments that it's impossible. So if somebody has a question that you think the group can answer, just send it to me. The best way to do things is email me. I can't go back to the Facebook Messenger stuff is like 4 pages long. I apologize if you've been sending me messages there, but I can't get to them all. And we appreciate every single one of you. But email's best because that's how I also do my day job that I don't want to get fired from. So I can check my email from time to time when you guys are sending them in. And the big question is, how do I move the house away from my front yard, or how do I remove the boat from my pool? And I think the answer is you're either going to have to hire somebody to do it yourself and pay to have it removed, or you're just going to have to wait, because that's not the priority for the town and the county right now. The priority is to get the streets cleared off, and then the debris off your front of your yard of the debris that you could carry, and then the big structures after that. So everything's about patience. Everything's about patience. So anything else, wife?
No, I think they're ready for us to go.
There's our favorite music, our Mean Gene music, everybody. Tell your friends about us because we need more money.
Yes, thank you,
We need
Jessica.
more money. You got to take care of the workers on the beach. You can mail in the cards yourself. You all know our address by now, or you can send in more money to the Beach Talk Radio PayPal account, or to my Venmo account, or to my phone number, and we'll get it rolling. We've turned over $70,000 so far to the Women's Club and the Community Foundation. She doesn't like it when I do the rolling out intro.
Even Cookie's left the building. Bye, Cookie. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.